Back live with you tonight, John in Focus, and thanks for staying on. Like I mentioned earlier, Limpopo is holding a 2-day investment conference this week, which will focus on the wealth opportunities and innovation in the mining and energy sectors. The gathering will focus on re-emphasizing the province's position as one of the 3 mining capitals in South Africa and a global player in the future mineral space. Joining us on the line is the Limpopo Economic Development Head, Matodzi, Rathumbu. Matodzi, good to have you with us tonight here on In Focus. How does this fit into the broad economic development plan of the province?
Good evening, Thabo. The Limpopo Mining Investment Conference that includes energy and industrialization is part of our overall economic development strategy of ensuring that we beneficiate on the primary resources that we have, such as mining, so that we can be able to produce industrial goods in terms of that.
Yeah. So what are the key focus areas that you are planning to highlight during this conference that could possibly bring a lot of potential to the province?
We intend to showcase investment opportunities in mining, in energy, industrialization areas in the main, but it also covers other sectors around the manufacturing sector.
Yeah. And what is your plan as far as the energy space is concerned? I mean, we know you've already got Matimba, you've got Medupi there as well, but of course there is a need for more, and the direction is towards more the renewable space as opposed to the more water-intensive coal kind of powered fire stations. Are you planning to play a little bit more in that space? Is that where your investment is going to go?
Our energy mix has evolved into more solar-powered power stations, as well as the hydrogen energy. We have, as a province, reduced our focus on the coal-fired power station because of international policy environment with regard to the coal. So indeed, we are trying to ensure that we supplement what we have from the grid of Eskom. As you know, that the power challenges that we face, it will be very, very difficult for us to be able to concentrate our industrialization when we have got certain uncertainties related to energy. And therefore, our expansion, whether be it in mining, industrialization and beneficiation, will require a lot of energy in order to do that.
Now, you're saying part of what you need to highlight here as part of this conference are the job opportunities, or at least the jobs that could potentially be created here. Are you of the view that you still have some unexploited resources as far as mining is concerned that could prove invaluable as part of the ecosystem of economic development?
Yes, indeed. Limpopo's economic strength is in mining, which constitute more than 25% of our gross domestic product, and we are endowed with resources in mining around platinum group metals, around chrome, around the diamonds, around gold, around coal, and we do believe that our strategy is that we intend to beneficiate these resources into products that will contribute and become value in terms of input, in terms of our industrialization and manufacturing. And then there are a lot of projects. I can honestly tell you that this is the second installation of the investment conference. We started it last year, where we have got pledges to the tune of 208 billion. So part of this conference is to trace how much has been implemented in terms of that. And preliminary, it does show that we have already implemented around 50 billion of that 208 billion. And that's a multi-year project that will be implemented in the future. And therefore, even this year, there are pledges in all the sectors, in particular mining and energy. And we do believe that in terms of jobs, there are job prospects that have already been highlighted. And if you look at the total projects that we have, we will not develop less than 50,000 jobs whether in the SEZ sector, whether it is in the mining, which is the conversion from open pit operations to underground mining, whether in terms of the development of the energy sector. So indeed, there will be a lot of jobs that will be created during construction and the operations of this project.
Yeah, so you've got a vibrant young population there in Limpopo. In terms of that 50 billion you're saying that is already on the ground, any engagement with that youth as far as economic opportunities? How many of them have you brought into the mainstream?
We have got a youth development strategy in Limpopo, part of which is that we take through the pipeline around higher education, be it vocational and artisanal, as well as academia through our two universities, which is Limpopo, University of Limpopo, as well as the University of Venda and Tshwane University of Technology. And therefore, when we look at the future economic development landscape of Limpopo, we do know that if we move towards manufacturing, the epicenter will therefore be on the technical skills, and we have produced them in abundance in our various TVET colleges that are in the 5 districts, as well as the private ones, as well as our universities. And we do believe that a mix of these technical skills, as well as the other academic skills, will be able to address the jobs and the challenges that will be created as we implement this project.
So as far as bringing in innovation, then how are you bringing that in the production of electricity? What projects are currently being earmarked, shall I say?
Okay. Within the eastern side of Limpopo in the Sekhukhune district, which is going to be the epicenter around the clean energy technologies, we intend to develop the battery economy, the battery storage facility, and as well as capturing the hydrogen energy. And in Musina Makhado, which is our second special economic zone next to the border with Zimbabwe, we intend to have solar plants that will be able to produce a lot of electricity. So therefore, in order for us to move into that area of innovation, there is a requirement of conversion of skills from the conventional towards the high-end skills. And therefore, our technical institutions, TVET universities, are geared in terms of producing those so that we can meet the market requirements.
Matodzi, I appreciate your time and thank you very much for highlighting those issues for us tonight here on In Focus. That is the head of Department Limpopo Economic Development, Matodzi Rathumbu there.